Hello again and welcome to GPA Distance Learning. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss Draw-Scaled Picture Graph. Before we are going to start, I have here a scoreboard. We are going to use this scoreboard for today's lesson. How are we going to use this? So if you can notice, there is a smiley face and a sad face. So if you are doing great, I will put here 1 point in smiley face. Then you are going to say, oh yeah. Now, if you are not doing good, I will put here 1 point in sad face. And then you will say, oh no. That's great. Now let's try. Because you are doing good, I will put here 1 point in smiley face. So what you're going to say? Oh yeah. That's great. Now let's move. Here are our big questions for today. What is a pictograph? How do we use a pictograph? So we are going to answer all of these questions later. For our vocabulary word, pictograph. Now pictograph is a type of graph that uses pictures or symbols to show or to compare data. Again, a pictograph is a type of graph that uses pictures or symbols to show or to compare data. So don't forget our vocabulary word for today, pictograph. Let's move to our activity. All you have to do is to identify if the information shown is true or false. We are going to use this data so that we can get the correct answer. So, one book is equivalent to one story. Now, let's try to check the first statement. On Wednesday, I read 8 stories. If you think that this statement is correct, then you're going to answer true. If you think that this statement is false, you're going to answer false. So, you're going to use this data here. So, what do you think is the answer? The answer is true. Now, let's check. The statement is, on Wednesday, I read 8 stories. Now, we will check Wednesday. We are going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, on Wednesday, I read 8 stories. This statement is true. Now, let's move to the second one. The statement is, I read 8 stories on Tuesday and Friday. What do you think is the answer? The answer is false. Now let's check why. I read 8 stories on Tuesday and Friday. Now let's check Tuesday first. Then we are going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we are going to add this Friday. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it must be I read 9 stories on Tuesday and Friday, not 8. That's why the answer is false. Let's move to the last one. I read most stories on Saturday. What do you think is the answer? The answer is false. Let's check Saturday. The Saturday is here, so we are going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, this is 7. How about Wednesday? Let's try to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, I read most stories on Wednesday, not Saturday. That's why our answer is false. What is a pictograph? So, when you say a pictograph is a type of graph that uses pictures or symbols to show or to compare data. Remember? Now, pictograph here, if you can notice here the word picto, the answer is, or it means pictures. Again, if you can see picto here, it means pictures. So don't forget, pictograph, pictures. We are going to use pictures to show or to compare data. So here is the example. So this is an example of a pictograph. But remember, a pictograph is another word for scaled picture graph. Again, a pictograph is another word for scaled picture graph. So how are we going to make a pictograph or a scaled picture graph? So, first, you are going to put the title. In this pictograph, the title here is a favorite cookie. For example, you want to collect information or data about your friend's favorite cookie. So you are going to put here, my friend's favorite cookie. It's up to you what you're going to write. Next, here, this is the label. So if you can notice, the label here, peanut butter, chocolate chip, ginger snap, animal cracker. So these are all kinds of cookies. So you're going to put here the label. Next is the key. So what is a key? So here, this is the example of a key. So the key tells how many each symbol represents. For example, in this pictograph, in this one juice, in this picture, it is equivalent of 2 votes. So in the key, you're going to use symbol to represent. For example, again, one juice equivalent of 2 votes. In this pictograph, you want to collect data about the favorite juice, kinds of juice, apple juice, orange juice, or pineapple juice. Now let's start with pineapple juice. Remember, one juice equivalent of 2 votes. Now, here we are going to put 2, another 2. So we are going to add both of them. So 2 and another 2. If you're going to add, the answer is 4. Now, there are 4 votes in apple juice. How about in orange juice? Now let's try to count. Again, in one juice, equivalent of 4 or 2 votes. So 2, another 2, 2 here. So if you can notice, there is a picture of a juice which is half. It means half of the 2 votes. So what is the half of 2? It is 1. So you're going to put here 1. So you're going to add all. 2, 4, and another 2, 6, plus 1, it is 7. So there are 7 votes for orange juice. How about in pineapple juice? Remember, 2 votes. So 2, another 2, and 2. Again, there is a 1 half juice here. So you're going to put 1. Add them all together. 2, 4, and another 2, 6, plus 1. So there are 7 votes in pineapple juice. Now we will move to our activity. We are going to use this information here so that we can make a pictograph. Now, we are going to read the information. A scientist is doing a survey on butterflies in a local park. She records the number of butterflies seen on different days. She saw 8 butterflies on Monday and 18 butterflies on Tuesday, and 16 butterflies on Wednesday. Again, we are going to use this information so that we can make a pictograph. So how are we going to do it? Now, we are going to do first the title. So what is the title? Since this information is all about the butterflies seen on different days in a local park, we are going to put here butterflies seen. So this is our title. Next, remember the label. We are going to label here the different days. So first, we are going to put here Monday. So we are going to put Monday. Next, Tuesday. And the next, we are going to put here Wednesday. So we are done with our title. We are done with the label. Now next, we will move to our key. Remember, look at this one. This, in one butterfly, it is equivalent of 4 butterflies. Again, in one butterfly, it is equivalent of 4 butterflies. So we are going to put here our key. We are going to put here the key and also 1 butterfly. And then again, 1 butterfly equivalent to 4 butterflies. So we are done with the title, label, and then our key. So next, we are going to put now the butterflies here, since it is all about butterflies. So we are going to go first on Monday. How many butterflies on Monday? There are 8 butterflies. But remember the key. In each butterfly, it is equivalent of 4. So, since it has 8 butterflies on Monday, we will try 2 butterflies. So, 1 butterfly, it is equivalent of 4. And another one, it is equivalent of another 4. So, if you are going to add both of them, the answer is, yes, you're correct. The answer is 8. So, there are 8 butterflies on Monday. So, we are done on Monday. Let's move to Tuesday. So, 18 butterflies on Tuesday. So, how many butterflies are we going to put here? So, we will try 4. Remember, in 1 butterfly, it is equivalent of 4. So, let's try to put 4 butterflies. This is a 4. Another 4. We will put again another 4. So, 4. Again, the key, 1 butterfly equivalent to 4 butterflies. So, 4 plus 4, it is 8. 4, 8, and another 4, 12. And you will add again another 4, it is 16. But we need 18 butterflies. If we will put here another 1 butterfly, if you are going to add, the answer is not 18. So how are we going to do it? So we are going to put here half of a butterfly. So what is half of 4? It is 2, right? So we are going to add all of them. So let's try to add 4 plus a 4, it is 8. Plus another 4, it is 12. Plus another 4, it is 16. Then you add half of the butterfly, and it is equivalent to 2. So if you're going to add all of them, the answer is 18 butterflies. So we are done on Tuesday. Now let's move to Wednesday. How many butterflies are there? There are 16 butterflies. So we are going to get 4 butterflies. We will try. 1 butterfly equivalent of 4. Another 1 is equivalent of 4. So there are still 1 here, and we will put another 1. Then we are going to add if it is 16. So 4, 4, 8, and another 4, 12, and another 4, it is now 16. So the answer is, there are 16 butterflies on Wednesday. And look at the information, 16 butterflies on Wednesday. So we are done with our pictograph. So you can use all of the information so that you can make a pictograph. I think you are ready now to make your own pictograph also. Let's move to our quick review. I am going to give you 5 seconds to answer. So let's move to the first one. Blank is a type of graph that uses pictures or symbols to show or to compare data. Remember this one? So what is your answer? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is pictograph. That's great. So I will put here 1 in smiley face, 1 point. So what you're going to say? Oh yeah, that's great. Now let's move here. The blank tells how many each symbol represents. What is your answer? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is key. The key tells how many each symbol represents. So you are doing great. So I will put again another 1 point for smiley face. So what you're going to say? Oh yeah. Now let's move to the last one. A pictograph is another word for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is scaled picture graph. That's great. So for today's lesson, you have 4 smiley face. So you are doing good. Now, let's move. So I think you are ready now to answer the online quiz posted on the Google Classroom. Thank you and have a good day.